Today we'll be making the Venetian Dagger bracelet. To make the Venetian Dagger bracelet, you're going to cut a comfortable piece of fire line and you're going to put a needle on both ends. You'll pick up 3 8/0 seed beads. You'll place those in the center of your thread. Now with one needle, you'll pick up a seed bead, go through the seed bead with your other needle going in the opposite direction. You'll go through that same bead. You'll do this approximately a total of 35 times. You'll pick up a bead with one needle. You'll pick up a bead with the other needle. Bring those down. And then with one needle, you'll pick up a bead, go through it, and then take your other needle, go through the same bead, going in the opposite direction. You'll pick up a bead with one needle, pick up a bead with another needle, bring those down, pick up a bead with one needle, go through the bead, then take your other needle going in the opposite direction and go through the same bead. You'll pick up a bead with one needle, pick up a bead with the other needle, bring those down, then you'll pick up a bead with one needle, go through the bead, and with your other needle going in the opposite direction, you'll go through that same bead. And this is called right angle weave. Now that you've made the base of your bracelet with one of your needles, the one with the longest thread, you're going to add your clasp. You're going to pick up 3 seed beads and you're going to sew through the end seed bead, and then you're going to sew up through 2 of the seed beads so you can come out right there, so you can add on your wire protector and your clasp. Now you'll pick up your wire protector sew down the other side of your wire protector. And then you'll put on your clasp and have it sit on the wire protector. And then you'll sew through this last seed bead. And you kind of want the seed bead to sit in between the two prongs of the wire protector. And now you're going to sew back up through the wire protector and back down the other side so that you can reinforce your clasp. And I would do this at least 3 times so that you have some strength, because that's got a lot of stress right there at your clasp. Now you should have a needle at both sides of your bracelet. So that you can do the next step of the bracelet. For our next step, we're going to pick up our super duo. We'll work with one side and then we'll go to the other side. And you're going to pick up your super duo and you're going to go through the 8/0 seed bead on the base of the bracelet. And then you're going to pick up another super duo and go through the next 8/0 seed bead on your bracelet. And you'll just continue by picking up a super duo, going through the 8/0 seed bead on the bracelet. The ones on the side, the 8/0s on the side of the bracelet. And I'll show you that one more time. You're going for the 8/0s on the side. You'll pick up a super duo. You'll go through the 8/0, and you'll continue this step all the way down the side of your bracelet. After you've added your super duos on this side of your bracelet, you're going to attach your clasp. You'll pick up 3 seed beads, and you'll go back through the end seed bead, And then you'll sew through 2 of the seed beads that you just picked up. Now you'll pick up your wire protector, sew through your wire protector, and you'll come down the other side of your wire protector. And now you're ready to put on the other end of your clasp. You're going to sit your clasp on the wire protector. Now you'll sew through the very last bead. Pull your thread tight. And you actually have your end bead between the 2 sides of the wire protector. Now you'll want to reinforce 3 or 4 times by sewing back through your wire protector. And now you're ready to sew through that end bead. And you'll reinforce a few more times. Now you'll need to sew down through your seed beads so you can get into position to add your super duos on the other side of your bracelet. And you'll come through your seed bead on the side. Then you'll pick up your super duo and you'll sew through the next seed bead on the side of your bracelet. And pick up a super duo, sew through the seed bead, and pick up another super duo and go through the seed bead. And you'll continue to do this until you reach the end of your bracelet. Once you've added super duos to your bracelet on both sides, you're going to need to get into position so that you can add on your daggers. And you'll have to go through this end seed bead. and then you'll sew through the next seed bead. Then you'll sew through the second hole of your super duo. And now you're ready to pick up a dagger. And then you'll sew through the second hole of the next super duo. Now you'll pick up another dagger and you'll sew through the second hole of the next super duo. And you'll pick up another dagger and sew through the second hole of the next super duo. And you'll repeat this step until you reach the end of the bracelet. Once you've added on your daggers, you're going to add daggers on the other side. You'll come out your second hole of your super duo. You'll go through your seed bead. Then you'll go through the next seed bead. And you're going to position yourself so you can add on your daggers to the other side of your bracelet. You'll go through the next seed bead. And now you'll go through the second hole of that first super duo. You'll pick up a dagger and you'll go through the second hole of the next super duo. Then you'll pick up another dagger. You'll go through the next hole of the super duo. And you'll pick up another dagger and you'll go through the second hole of the next super duo. Pick up a dagger and go through the second hole of the next super duo. And you'll complete this side by adding daggers all the way down. After you've added on your daggers to both sides, we're going to embellish with our 15-0 seed beads and our 4mm crystals. You're going to embellish down the center of the bracelet. You'll come out right here at the Super Duo, and you're going to pick up a 15-0, a crystal, and a 15-0. And you're going to sew through the next center 8-0 seed bead. This will cause your crystal to lay diagonally. Now you'll repeat that step. You'll pick up your 15-0 seed bead, your 4mm crystal, and your 15-0 seed bead. You'll go to the next center 8-0 seed bead, and you'll sew through that. And this will lay diagonally. And you'll repeat that step. You'll pick up your 15-0 seed bead, your 4mm crystal, and your 15-0 seed bead. You'll go up to the next center 8-0 seed bead, sew through it, and now it's laying diagonally across the center. You'll pick up the 15-0 seed bead, the crystal, and the 15-0 seed bead, and you'll sew through the center 8-0 seed bead. And you'll just repeat this step all the way down the center of the bracelet. After you've completed your embellishment, you're going to put a double knot, and you're going to need to feed through a few of your beads with your thread. You'll sew up under your thread, and you'll sew through the loop. You'll repeat that step, sew up under your thread, sew through your loop, now you'll feed through some of your beads. You want to get away from your knot. And then you can place a knot right there. You just sew under your thread. and sew through your loop. And then you'll sew down through some more of your beads. And then you're ready to cut your excess thread off. And you'll do the same with any tails that you have on your bracelet. You'll feed through, double knot, feed through, double knot, and cut off. And this completes the Venetian Dagger bracelet. Now I'll show you how to add on thread. You're going to take your project thread and your additional thread, bring them together. You'll form a loop. Then you'll bring your two threads through the loop, making a knot. And you're going to separate your threads. And you'll take a pair of pliers in each hand. This gives you a better grip on your threads. And you'll pull your threads until your knot reaches your project. Now you'll take your tails and you're going to have to feed them through, put a double knot, feed them through, put a half hitch, and cut them off. So you're going to thread your needle, and you're going to weave your thread down through your project, away from your knot. And you're going to sew up under your thread. And this will form a loop. You're going to go through the loop and pull. And you'll repeat that. Go up under the threads. Go through your loop. Pull your thread. Now you've got your double knot in there. Then you're going to feed down through some of your beads away from your knot. And you'll put a half hitch, which is just one loop. You just feed through up under your thread. Go through your loop. Pull your thread. That's your half hitch. And then you'll go down through some of your beads away from the knot. so that you can cut off your tail. And you'll do the same with your other tail. You'll feed it through, put a double knot, feed it through, tie a half hitch, feed it through, and cut it off.